Hey everyone, today I'm gonna try and offer you some insight in case you're just kind of like starting, into kayak fishing. Some insight as to fish finder technology, the features, the brand, etc. When I started fishing a couple of years ago, I didn't really understand the power of fish finder technology and how it can completely change your game. To begin, I should let you know that I am a Garmin guy. So I'm not here to tell you that Garmin is better than Lowrance or Humminbird or Raymarine. I do like Garmin because I like the usability. I think their GPS technology is a little bit better than the other brands, but that's my opinion. So here I'm at the Garmin site. I'm gonna scroll down here. And I guess what I'll do is I'll start from the basest model and then I'll work my way up. Okay, so I'm going to start with the base model, which is the Striker series. I'm going to click on it. The name Striker tells you that it's kind of like the base model, and typically the first digit that follows will give you a rough idea of the screen size diagonally. So if you see Striker 4, then you can be kind of assured that the screen size is going to be roughly 4 inches diagonally. This one happens to be 3.5, but it's close. And so when you buy the Striker base model, what you get is navigational capabilities, the GPS, and then you get the traditional 2D sonar, which is here. And nowadays, every brand offers chirp technology with their 2D sonar. I'm not going to get into the technical aspects of chirp, but basically it offers to give you a clearer, more accurate picture of what is underneath your boat. Okay, so in summary, for about $1.20 you get navigation capabilities. Again, I think Garmin GPS technology is top notch. And then you get the traditional 2D sonar. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. And then I'm going to go to the Striker Plus series. Okay, so as you can see, now you have the Striker name and then it's followed by a plus and then it's 4. So I'm going to scroll down here, and now the screen size is actually accurate. This is a 4-inch screen diagonally, and so you get a little bigger screen. The price jumps about $20, and so you get the GPS built in. And by the way, every Garmin has GPS built in. I cannot imagine why anyone would want to buy a fish finder without GPS tech built in. Not sure how you would navigate back to one of your waypoints without GPS. But anyways, so 4-inch screen. And so what does the Plus give you? Okay, so what the Plus gives you is the ability to create your own contour maps, right? So with the Striker series, it doesn't have, or they don't have a memory card slot, so you can't upload or download maps, and it's a little more difficult to upload or download stuff to your PC. Actually, it's impossible. But so the ability to create your own contour maps, I think, is absolutely critical, right? So if you live in, or if you happen to fish a body of water that has tons and tons of structure, then maybe this feature isn't that important. But if you're fishing a basin-like structure, basin-like body of water with not much structure, then basically the fish are going to congregate in areas where you have elevation change. So if you look at this map right here, where the lines are tightly packed together, like this area, it means that you have elevation change there. It could be a drop off, it could be a rise, a hump, or something. And so again, in a body of water without a bunch of structure, fish are going to congregate in areas where you have elevation change. And so being able to see the elevation change it's again, I think, critical, because you want to target those areas. They're typically going to be more productive. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up. And then so within the Striker Plus series, if you click on the different numbers, you can see that the technology remains the same. But again, you have different screen sizes, first of all. And then it can be followed by a couple of characters, CV. So CV in Garmin lingo is the equivalent of down view. So what you're going to get with CV is this. Okay, so Lowrance calls it down view, Garmin would call it clear view. And again, it's a manufacturer's way of trying to give you a little more 3D-ish kind of representation of what's underneath the boat. So if you are a lake fisherman, it may come in handy. I don't typically use it in the ocean, but I think with down view or clear view technology, you can kind of make out, what if the structure is rock or weeds or something of that nature. So again, I mean, to me, it's not that important, but that's what down view or clear view does. Side view adds another dimension, so to speak. So side view will give you a representation of not only what's underneath your boat, but what is off to the sides. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down and see if they have. Okay, so this picture is a little bit kind of small, but this portion right here is side view. Okay, so this line kind of represents your keel, if you will, and then you have stuff off to the right, and then you have stuff off to the left. In essence, it's basically offering to not only show you what's underneath the boat, but it'll shoot out a signal and it'll tell you what's to the right and left of the boat. I imagine this feature might be more important for lake fishermen, but it's a cool feature. So in summary, you can go from the Striker Plus 4, which gives you the ability to create your own contour maps with a 4-inch screen, and then you can go up the ladder in terms of screen size, right? And then you can also choose whether you get traditional sonar, clear view, or everything, right? So you go from traditional to traditional and down view, or clear view in this case, to traditional, clear view, and side view, which is kind of like the higher end kind of stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna jump from the Striker series to the Echo Map series. And so the big difference between Striker and Echo Map is that the Echo Map series gives you a micro SD slot. You can exchange information like waypoints and upload and download maps. In addition, the Echo Map series typically comes with either the freshwater maps built in or the oceanic maps built in. So I'm going to take this one for example. Actually, let me start with this one. Okay, so now you have, instead of Striker, you have the Echo Map. Okay, again, it means it comes with a micro SD slot and you can exchange information. So the Plus tells you that it also has the ability to create your own contour maps. And 6 tells you the screen size. Okay, sunlight readable 6-inch, okay, diagonally. And then the second digit is actually kind of important. So if the second digit is a 3, that model is going to come with the freshwater maps built in. If the second digit is a 4, like in this case, it's going to come with the oceanic maps built in. Okay, and we also know that the CV means it not only has the traditional sonar, which is here, but it also has the clear view, which is here. Okay, and then I'm going to go back. Oh, and by the way, you can click on the different screen sizes here. So this one right here, the Echo Map Plus 94 SV. So 9 tells you the diagonal screen size. Okay, the 4 tells you that it is kind of geared toward the ocean. And in addition to coming preloaded with the ocean maps, the 4 series also comes with transducers that are a little bit beefier. They're meant to work with water that's a little bit rougher or a little bit deeper. And then the SV tells you that it's going to come with not only traditional here, not only clear view here, but also with the side view. So this is more or less kind of like their top of the line kind of model here. I should also mention that within the EchoMap series, as you go from 4 to 6, okay, so keep your eyes on this portion of the fish finder. So when you go from 6 to 7 or 9, you see that the number of buttons on the right hand side of the unit are fewer. So on the 6-inch screen you have more buttons, on the 7 and 9 you have fewer buttons. And that's because the 7 and 9s are touchscreen. Okay, so from a kayak fisherman's perspective, I'm not sure how practical a touchscreen is, just because your hands are always typically going to be wet and you're going to be getting bumped around by the swells and wind. But anyways, that's that distinguishing feature between the 4 and the 6 and the 7 and 9. And then there are also some apps that you can link to your phone, like Active Captain or something like that, but I'm not going to go into that here. So I'm going to wrap up this video with some recommendations. Again, starting from the bottom and kind of working our way toward the top. If you are on an absolute budget, then you probably are going to have to go with the Striker 4, which comes with the 3.5-inch screen, navigation, and the traditional 2D chirp sonar. And this is going to cost you about $120. But if you can swing another 20 bucks, I would really recommend spending the extra 20 and going to this guy right here. Okay, so the Striker Plus 4 is going to give you a little bit bigger screen. I don't think this screen is big enough to split into two, navigation and sonar, but maybe if you have like Chuck Yeager 2010 vision, you might be able to get away with it. Going from the Striker, the plain Striker, to the Plus, again, gives you the extra 20 bucks, gives you the ability to create your own contour maps, and that is well worth the 20 bucks. So from here, you can go and add the CV, which will give you the clear view. But I don't think the clear view is worth the extra money. Well, unless you are a hardcore, lake, maybe bass fisherman. So I would probably go from this model here, right to the 5. 300 bucks will give you the extra screen size, and it's oriented kind of in a landscape fashion, and with a 5-inch screen you can split it into 2. I wouldn't split it 3 ways like here, but you can split it into 2. devote left hand side to navigation and right hand side to sonar, whether it be traditional or clear view. Going from there, I probably would not recommend spending the money for 7 or 9, but rather going right to the EchoMap series. So again, the EchoMap series gives you the ability to exchange information via micro SD slot, and you are able to get preloaded either, again, freshwater or saltwater maps. And I think it's worth the extra money for those features. So I'd probably go with an EchoMap. Okay, again, this is for kayak fishermen. I'd probably go with the either the 6 or the 7. Again, if you are freshwater and freshwater and saltwater, you can go all the way to the side view, which is going to set you back about $900. So there you go. If you have any questions, leave comments down below. And as always, thank you for dropping by, and have fun out there.